Yo, what's up, world? It's Sunny Boy. And you didn't tune into It's Always Sunny podcast. Let's get it going.
Agree. The Joe Rogan experience.
This stuff is landing or crashing around the.
Yo, before we get started, I want to do something real quick, and I'm gonna shout out Joe Rogan. Oh shit, almost fell backwards. Yo, shout out Joe Rogan, yo. Joe Rogan is my favorite podcaster. This dude has came from a long line of like crazy videos and conspiracy theory videos and shit that get shit going over here. So like I want to give a shout out to Joe Rogan. Yo, keep doing your thing, bro. Um I'm a huge fan of Joe Rogan's podcast. He's basically the reason why I started podcasting. I've been wanting a podcast for the last 5-6 years, but I just now getting into it. Um yeah, I still remember my favorite podcast is with him and Joey Diaz. You know, my favorite characters also from Joe Rogan's podcast is Joey Diaz, Duncan Trussell, uh a couple of I can't remember all their names, but some of the comedians they're hilarious. I love these episodes, especially when they smoke and they get high and they on mushrooms and they just having a good old day, having a good old time, having these conversations about shit that I love to hear about: UFOs, Bigfoot, aliens, conspiracies, space, quantum physics, tech, all that shit. I love it. And can't forget one of my favorite loves is MMA, fighting, UFC. So I'm a huge fan of that. Shout out my brother too. So we're gonna get this going right now. This is whistleblower David Grush on early UFO discoveries.
The world
Recoveries.
And unexpected countries have had this happen, and that's why I picked that, because I thought that was a interesting case. And then of course Pope Pius XII and the Vatican were involved, back channeling it through the OSS, which became the CIA later, to FDR, and that's how the US knew something weird happened in Italy right before World War II. But
so this is 33 was the first documented.
That is the earliest one I can talk about. Yeah,
there's something that predates that.
You could infer that.
Yeah. So this 33 one.
Yo, so first of all, let's get into it real quick. David Grush to me is 1000% fake. Fake. His demeanor, his eyes, his eye contact, his body movement, body language, the octaves in his voice, what he's talking about, what he can talk about, what he can't talk about, everything seems fake to me. Like if in a perfect world, this dude would be telling the truth, but coming from me, this dude is 100% a fucking plant. He's a CIA, Secret Service, NASA plant, whatever you want to call it, and he's here to provide misinformation and misdirection for all this whole government disclosure shit. Like he's 1000% fake. He's not real. Everything about this dude it just seems fake. And being a fan of Joe Rogan for so long, I feel like Joe would have picked up, but maybe Joe did. He just didn't say anything. But I feel like Joe picked up on this because I picked up on it. The dude's a fucking liar. But when you compare him to the Bob Lazar, come on now. Like Bob Lazar is like amazing, and like Bob Lazar's story, and the way he tells the story, and then the proof that came after his story that he backed up with his story, all that shit is just is undeniable. But this dude, David Grush, is like something about him, man. He just gives me creep vibes, and I feel like the CIA hired their greatest agent. That he's great at manipulation. Probably IQ is probably like 175, crazy smart, and he has his brain reacts and he can come back and have comebacks and answers really quick for stuff. And they just hire him to do this job, and he was tasked to give misinformation and misdirect us into something that's going on that's not actually going on, to keep us from seeing something else that is going on. So Sonny Lane said it, you know what I mean? My opinion about David Grush is he's 100% a fake.
One you said was in Italy?
Yeah, magenta. So it's I'm bad at geography. I think that's like Lombardy region. It's like northwest Italy.
And what's the story behind it?
So basically it looked like it crashed, right? The original shape most likely was like a lenticular disc-like craft, with like two dinner plates.
What
right?
does lenticular mean?
So like two dinner plates, smushed together, right? The
Okay.
hump, and there's like a like a bubble on top.
The
if you will.
classic flying
like
saucer.
like that.
Like that. Okay.
But it looks like when it hits, the edges broke off, so it became this like bell or acorn shaped thing. And there was nothing in it. It was like just an artifact. There was no biological remnants.
Perfect. Look at that. Look at this fucking look. Everybody look. Look at his face. Look at this little fucking. I just want to deliver one of these to it. This fucking face. He's fucking lying. Everything he's saying is lying. He's not good at lying. Look at his face. His eyes are devious. His eyebrows are pointed in. This little fucking bullshit shit stain on his forehead. Like, he's a fucking liar. Everything he's saying is not real. It's not real. I don't believe him. I don't believe it at all. I don't
If you
believe it.
will. So it's so funny because the Italians were so confused. They actually called up the Germans and they were like, is this one of your Wunderwaffe? Like, what the hell just crashed in northern Italy? Mussolini. And this is all publicly available information because some Italian researchers.
This dude is not telling the truth, bro. If you think about it, like, all this information he has, it's like he can say this, he can't say that. Like, what's the point of all that? Like, you should have just, like, there's, like, I just don't believe him. I don't know. Anybody who believes him, go into my comments. Who, if you watch this video, go in my comments and let me know what you think, man. Let's have a discussion about this in the comments. I don't think this guy is real. I think Bob Lazar is 100% real. David Grush is a fucking fake. He's a CIA plant. Sonny Lanes.